So real quick, I'll just go over, we've already noted a lot of this, the characterization of Samuel that by this point many scholars have written on. Um, Looking at him as a literary character all the way through, even young Samuel, should we see him as lacking perception? He doesn't recognize God's voice when he's called. 3 times thinks it's Eli. Eli tells him exactly what to do and say, speak, Lord, your servant hears. When he's told what to say, he doesn't quite, he just says, okay, I'm listening. He doesn't call him Lord. He's a little unsure whether it really is Lord. Of course, he's a young man, so maybe this could be excused. Maybe it shouldn't be part of his character. His reaction to the king request by the people, he's very upset, and he seems to delay the appointing of the king. And he also anoints the king in secret. Remember, no other witnesses. And then after the king delivers Jabesh Gilead, they draw lots for him with no reference to him being anointed and chosen by God. And he does install the king, but there seems to be quite the delay on all that. Samuel's choice for a king, some commentators have pointed out, Saul is humble, he's docile, he obeys his command to find the asses. He does everything Samuel asks him to do. He's humble about his origins, says he's from the smallest, weakest clan, even though we're told he's from a very rich family. Characterized by Samuel as to be turned into another man. And the narrator says God gives him a new heart. When he's chosen by lot, he's hiding among the baggage. He doesn't tell his uncle about the kingship. He joins the prophets. Samuel's in charge of the prophets. So Samuel's choice for the king is kind of what he's making Saul into, some say. And then the word of the Lord comes to Samuel, I regret I made him king. Samuel is angry and cries out all night long. So maybe it is that he's upset in that regard, that God has thrown away all of that he had worked hard for. All those signs, some have said, is prophetic overkill. David doesn't get any signs that he's king. He just gets anointed and the prophet gets out of there. Here it's like, you're going to do this, you're going to do that, all these signs. And is this a failed prediction? He says, you'll go down to Gilgal, I will come to you. 7 days you wait, I will show you what to do. But he doesn't come on time. Some have said, well, look, this looks like a failed prediction. Yeah.
I think one of the signs could be because they know that Saul easily does or like requires signs, and so
right.
That was the way to get him something.
Yeah, that could be one way of looking at it, is if God knows his character,
and David doesn't need it.
And David doesn't need it, yeah. That could be too, yeah. Some have connected this with Deuteronomy, where it says if the prophet predicts something that doesn't come true, he's not a true prophet. Whether this should be understood as a prophecy or not, well, I will come down to you in the 7 days, and he doesn't come in the 7 days. Later, he seems to say this is the command of the Lord, so it is interesting, the connection there. In 1 Samuel 12, of course, if you remember when he tells the story of the picking of the king, he doesn't say anything about the context was actually that he had sinful sons, that they wanted a new leader. He claims it was the Jabesh Gilead affair that led to them wanting a king, which is not how it all happened, right? The Nahash attack. So, the prophet Samuel, not that he's a wicked character, but maybe a complex character. Although the big picture assessment of his prophetic career was positive, the narrator brings out other aspects of his character. Like the judges who judged before him, his character was not pristine, but infected with some selfishness and pride, and was a catalyst to some of the important events of the story.